The testing feature built into CodeWP is one of the most important as well as impressive features that the platform has to offer. And it allows you to test WordPress-specific code directly in the platform and resolve any errors or bugs that might arise from it. So we've gone ahead and generated a lot of code here. I have this primary file that is intended to add a drop-down field to the WordPress installation to set a global discount for all products for a specific user. And I've gone back and forth on CodeWP and done a lot of edits and explanations and generations. I've also created another file to help me with this testing to register a demo product because I want to see if this discount actually works. So I have code here that will register a demo product. All that to say, this code is a bit complex and needs to be tested before being installed on a WordPress website. All of this code is within a package called Woo Price Selector Scripts, and you can see it's just a snippet group package that has these two snippets within. If I go to the testing tab on CodeWP, we have two steps. The first step is to test the package. The second is to debug the package. So I'm going to go back to my primary file right here, and you'll see that I've actually already run some testing flows as well. And I'll show you exactly what happens when the script works well in the test and when there are errors in it as well, and how CodeWP can help resolve it. So first, I toggle the test on, and you'll see that the preview feature is used in this testing to install these scripts on a real live WordPress installation. You can see that these two scripts from within that package are now added to the WordPress installation, and it runs through a predefined flow to collect any errors that may arise. If these errors do arise, they'll show up in step 2 where we can debug the package. In this instance, all of my code works well. So I can go ahead and manually test out the functionality of this and see if it works properly and see if during my testing any new errors arise that don't necessarily show up on this initial load. If they do, they'll also get added to the step 2 of debugging the package. So here you can see my demo product publisher script has added a new product. If I go and view that product, you can see that it costs $100. I'll go to my account and account details. And as I've noted, I've been working back and forth a lot through this generation to very easily set up my discount. So I'll save my discount rate as 20%. And then I'll go back to my shop and see what the price looks like now. So now it used to be 100, now it's 80, 20% discount there. So that works out perfectly, and I can run through the entire flow and see if any errors show up. No errors are showing up, so we're good to go. And my test has been successful. So I can just go and exit the test. And this is a great way to test out your code manually. But let's say there's a syntax error in the code that either the AI has created or you might have created by pasting in code or whatever the case is. So I'm going to just do a very basic syntax error in PHP where we remove a semicolon. And this will cause a massive error in PHP. It needs its semicolons, and if it doesn't have them, it completely freaks out. So my code is saved, and this is a problem. This is an issue that will cause a massive issue on the website. And if it occurs on a production website, it could result in the site going down. So I'm going to test my package, and it's going to install everything all over again, and it's going to use the new code instead of the previous code. And it installs the packages and the scripts from within the package, but it identifies, hey, this first script works fine, it's green, but this second script doesn't work fine. So first off, I'm going to disable the script so it can't cause any more problems. And then I'm going to tell you, here's the error. But I'm also going to go and be able to resolve the error for you. So in step 2, now it's no longer disabled. I can debug this package and I can view all of the errors that arise from it. So in this situation, only one error has arisen, and we actually already know what it is. It's that missing semicolon. But I can go and view the errors, and we can see, all right, this index.php file is having this error applied to it. Here's the message of that error. There's some additional things logged in the CodeWP platform. And then I have the ability to debug this specific error applying to the index.php file. So I'll go and click that little debug button, and it will run through a predefined flow leveraging custom AI specific to resolve WordPress code issues. and it will go and do that for me. So all it needs to do is just add the semicolon back. It's a relatively easy fix here. So I'll go ahead and review everything, and you can see that I fixed the syntax error in your code by doing X, Y, and Z. So that is the testing flow at its core. You can test things using the preview feature, going through the actual functionality of the script that you've created, seeing if any errors arise. And if any errors do arise, you can go on to step 2, debug the code, and then have CodeWP resolve the error for you. This testing flow really catches a lot of the errors that would happen when installing code onto a website. And it's the perfect first step in your testing flow of using this tool, generating code, testing it on the platform, then bringing it to your staging site, testing that it works with all of your associated plugins, there are no conflicts, and then finally installing it onto a production website. The final thing I want to do is make a bit of a bigger issue here, and I'm going to mess up a whole bunch of code right here where I'm going to say we're going to go and create some functions, refer to some functions that don't work, use this that is not real, and maybe we'll go ahead and add some crazy slashes in as well, and then delete a semicolon there. So now this has a lot of errors. There's a lot going on here, and we'll see how the testing flow handles all of these errors in my index.php file. So first I'm going to save it all, then I'm going to click test my package. It does the entire flow, creates WordPress, installs WooCommerce, installs the files that I've created, finds all of the issues associated with it, and it goes through each issue and applies it to the debug. So because of these issues, there are a couple problems here where it first needs to resolve one issue, then we'll go through the testing flow again and keep reviewing the issues until they all get resolved. So I'm going to just click the debug again. It's going to load into our code editor again, and it's going to apply that edit accordingly. So it tackles first the misspell right here. So that was the misspell right here. We also referred to some fake things right here. We had, I believe, a couple of slashes right there. And then we were also missing a semicolon, and I think this one is still going to cause an issue, but that's why we have our testing flow here. So first, it tells me I've corrected several of these issues. This is how I've done it. And then I can go back to the testing flow, test it again. It installs the brand new code that was just edited, and it sees if there are any more issues involved. So everything's working perfectly, and I'm going to go and double check that the functionality works as well. So our discount rate, we'll set it to 30 this time, and I'll also do it from the back end. Then I'll go to my products, which has a product because I have this demo script in that package, and that demo script is then run on the package installation into this testing flow. I'll click view, and then we'll see our 30% discount. That's how the testing flow works, and it's really, really helpful. It's really powerful, and it's a great way to see how code interacts with a WordPress website, but also if there are any errors that arise from that code interacting with the WordPress website, the core plugins that are used in the modes to generate things. It will go and tell you, here's how you can resolve it. So the testing feature is awesome, super powerful, and I can't wait to see you guys using it as well.